I am just waiting for the timer. There we go. So, welcome to part 12 of the 13-part cast assessment for season 35. Note the quotations of Amazing Race. I'm Logan Saunders, the TARstorian. And yeah, we just have two teams left. We start with part one with the team who I think will shit the bed in 13th place on this season, ANDREA and MALAINA. And we're up to first place, or we'll eventually get to first place with the team who I think will cross the finish line first. But for now, we're talking about who I think will be the runner-ups. I originally had them lower, but then I watched their Instagram live and bombarded them with a bunch of questions and moved them up accordingly. I think Joel and Garrett. Joel is the beard, Garrett is the mustache. They rank right up there with Brandon and Adam for memorable Amazing Race facial hair. I'll tell you that. They would fit in with some of the pit stop greeters we've seen in India or in Germany over the years. Remember that one guy in India with that crazy mustache? Or that one guy in Germany whose beard looked like a starfish? God, those are some good times. So yeah, we have Joel and Garrett. They're from Idaho. They both spent a lot of time in the military, I believe. Joel now is an auto claims training specialist. Again, another mouthful of a job name. And Garrett is a delivery driver, whether it be Uber, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Food Panda. What's the one in Asia, in Southeast Asia? Grab Eats, Uber, U-Ride. Anyways, he's a delivery driver. And yeah, I think they're going to do really well. If they were just from Idaho and had never left Idaho, I would think, oh, another rural all-male team. They'll probably be out first. Say hello to Ryan and Chuck from season 7 for me. But I think these two actually stand a chance. Joel is very well traveled. He referenced a bunch of countries he had been to, in and out of the military as well. And yeah, so they'll be ready for big cities. They'll be ready for the big challenge. Not the challenge, because the challenge just frankly sucks. I don't care what Lewis and Michelle say. The challenge sucks. That show sucks. And I think there's going to be magical powers in Joel's beard. I've heard there's a rumor that at the end of the season, whether they are eliminated or cross the finish line, there will be a scene of Phil Kogan motorboating Joel's beard. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be that alone. If Bertram Van Munster and Elise Doganieri nominate that episode for the Emmys where Phil Kogan motorboats Joel's beard, instant winner. Take home the Emmy. The streak of losing the Emmy is over for Bertram and Elise. They'll have the Emmy for best reality show or outstanding TV programming. Hell, I could even see it at the Oscars. And the Oscars only does movies. That's how big of a moment that will be. And then when I was talking to them, they were familiar with a good chunk of Amazing Race history. However, they did not have a perfect memory, so they could fumble the final memory task because they were talking about the head shaving fast forward, although I wish for this season they would do facial hair shaving fast forward, which clearly Joel and Garrett did not do since their facial hair is fully intact. And they're talking about, yeah, it was like that one couple. They've done the head shaving fast forward twice over the years in the American version. It's 3 times. People forget it, but it was originally up for grabs in season 5 that Brandon and Nicole refused to do it. And then Uchenna and Joyce did in season 7. And then Mark and Bopper did it in season 20. So it's been offered 3 times. So those mistakes, those are, as Ray Hostel would say from season 7, those are critical mistakes, Dina. And especially going into the final memory challenge. You just can't do that. However, I think this is going to be a high risk, high reward team, because if Joel and Garrett aren't ready for the big cities, especially a lot of these cities around Asia that will be showcased throughout the season, as somebody who spent a lot of time in Thailand, especially in Bangkok, I've been to Bangkok a couple times. Phil Kogan, I hear, wants to bang Beard a couple times. He's been there. Yeah, Bangkok, Thailand, very different place from the northwestern United States or southwestern Canada. It's going to be a lot different from Idaho. So that city could just eat them alive like you wouldn't believe. I could easily see that happening. But if they can get through that, I think we're going to see Jill and Garrett cross the finish line this season. Oh, I have to go to trivia in a few minutes, so I have to end the video here because we have one more team to get to. The team who I think will win it all.